Hi, this is your journey card reading it's for August. It's the shapeshifter. And so the shapeshifter is that ability to move in move into change without resistance. And we're noticing the change without resistance. You can hold this by shifting from programming and bringing it back into reality. So this is your reading. So in this reading with the card spread that we have right here, we start with the 32. And that 32 is the master level of the 5. And so you're starting with this 5 energy. It means that you have the ability to move in and out of frequency and bring it into form. This reading is about the shapeshifter. It's connecting to the frequency of the shapeshifter. And then what's reflecting on that is the 2. And this is the divine collaboration where you are working with the divine with that 2. This is all of your divine collaborations moving over into that 26. This 26 just creates a vortex. This is what the divine wants you to see. It creates this vortex of particles of possibility just totally showing themselves. The divine wants you to see that that is available. Just allow the channeling to come through. Moving over into that 7. And this is working with the divine. This is co-creation with the divine. And this 7 is just moving into that place where you can see very clearly that the messages or the crumbs are just going to come in, and it's inviting you into that place of just being able to connect to the frequency and allow it to flow. And then moving into particles of possibility, we have that 11. And that 11 is about being able to move outside of the programming, outside of the matrix, and holding this outside of time and space and not creating a timeline. So this is the invitation that we're moving into. And then we have that, this is probability moving into that 15. This is really calling on that embodiment level of soul family, that it's like you're in the flow, that you're connecting to the people or the soul family that you're meant to connect to. And so now let's look at this and see if there's anything we need to clear. And it's like what I'm seeing here is that 5, which means that you're going to go right into, you have the invitation to move directly into the flow, but that 32 is holding on to a little bit of resistance. It's like what I'm feeling with that 2, that you want to control the outcome of, so allowing the divine. And so that's what I'm seeing with that. That 8 is really, the divine is inviting you into the flow, into the all possibilities where you're unstoppable. So we're going to go into that 32 and we're going to cancel, clear, and delete that need to feel like you're stopping the flow and it's almost like there's a little bit of fear there and hesitation to move right up the vortex. And so we're going to, so that's what I'm seeing with that, with the messages that are coming in and the 32. I'm looking at this, I'm seeing the 32 connected to the 7. And that 7 is just the flow of the messages as they're just naturally flowing and moving out of the control. And that clarity is there for you. And so let's just bring in the divine technology and cancel, clear, and delete. We're going to bring in the 5. This is actually the luminous. And it looks like a 5, but it's actually the luminous. We're going to bring that in, and we're going to cancel, clear, and delete any resistance to moving into the flow. The invitation is there. We're asking you to do that. So anything that's blocking that 11, moving into that flow of outside of time and space, and moving into the 11, where it's just coming in and there are no timelines created. With the little bit of resistance I'm seeing here, there's just a little bit of frequency of resistance. So here's the luminous moving in to the ska, and this ska is bringing in and turning on all the symbols and the technology to allow the invitation for you to move into that frequency and to be able to have the courage to move forward. So the ska is moving you into the divine technology. It's bringing everything into neutrality and allowing you just to sit with this and allow it to come in. And then the 33 is moving that into expression, allowing all of those things fall away, the cancel, clear, and delete anything that's blocking this, really bringing online the unstoppable that this shapeshifter energy is inviting you into. And so what we're going to bring in right now is just seeing the connection. Just take a moment to look at this connection. So you have the 5 moving into do, which is divine collaboration, moving into that 8, that 26-8, which is the mastery level of the flow of the 8, moving over into the 7. That is the awakening level of allowing the crumbs or the messages to come in it can be grace and ease. This doesn't have to be hard. We're clearing the hard. Moving into that 11 in the particles of possibility. This is a master card. This card stands alone, and it's that invitation that's informing the whole reading. And then you move into probability, means that you're going to connect to soul family in that 6 and totally move out of that resistance. This is moving in to the pineal. Now let's do an attunement. We're going to go in to the portal of the heart. We're going to move up into the universal master cell in the pineal gland. It's a white blue light, and it's just starting at a pinpoint. And now we're going to ask to turn on that white blue light in the ascended DNA. So as we're turning that on, we're watching all of the cells in the body start to upshift and starting to spin in a higher spin state. So you can move into that 26, which is divine flow. And so we're going to bring this into the ascended DNA. We're going to actually turn on the spin state that invites you moving into the shapeshifter, and we're watching this frequency turn on. And so we're going to just bring it through the brain. We're watching the brain just light up and totally allow neutrality to come in. At this point, you're not distracted anymore. You moved past that resistance. And so you move down the spine. And as it's moving down the spine, it's opening up and clearing all of the static and the programming. And so we're moving into this, now as we're coming up the spine, we're moving to the portal of the heart. And this portal of the heart is this place where you're connected to the shapeshifter. And it means that you can just bring in that, you can move between, you could toggle between the shapeshifter allows you to just move into that ability to change without resistance. And so now, as we've brought in the loose gone, the 33 to clear, we're going to just pick one I am card to support you and let you hold this place. And so the card that we're bringing in, the I am card, which is just holding that frequency in a really easy, natural state, is I am young. My body vibrates as vital energy. And what that means, this allows you to move into that youthing energy where it just turns on very naturally, very easily, and you just start to vibrate as vital energy. It means that you're youthing, you're connected to a frequency that is so clear that your body, the consciousness of your body, we're moving into that space. So we're just going to code you now. You're moving into this space of grace, ease, and we're turning on this frequency. Now we're going to code you. There is this code that's going to hold the higher spin state. And the code is 5, 2, 8, 7, 11, and 6. We're seeing that just turn on in every cell and molecule of your body. All those little receptor starts connect to that invitation of the divine, and everything just turns on. So here we are at the end of our reading for the shapeshifter. And what we're seeing here is this reading is about turning on the code of the shapeshifter and explorer. It means you have the courage to try new things, to move into that place of mastery and divine expression. So, thank you. I love you. It is done.